I call that a reborn. He need to reborn. But the important is that he believe in it, so he can build up his confidence from it, because he believe in it. It doesn't matter. He need to find what he thinks he did wrong in his previous preparation leading up to the fight. As long as he believe it himself, his confidence will grow from there, and he will be able to come back a better Conor McGregor, or at least as good as he was. Because he's a confidence for a fighter. It's everything.
Why have a goal? Well, it's easy. No goal, no positive emotion. Because you experience positive emotion by noticing that you're moving towards a goal. And so if you don't have a goal, well, you can't have any positive emotion. So you better have a goal. And so you might say, well, what should the goal be? Well, we could start by saying, well, any goal is better than none. And maybe it's a goal that would enable you to learn how to pursue other goals while you pursue that goal. Boy, that would really be good. And so you can see that your goal is parameterized. If you don't erect a hierarchical structure with something to aim at, you got no positive motivation, because you experience positive motivation in relationship to a goal, not from attaining the goal. That's satisfaction. And besides, it's fleeting. You know perfectly well. You graduate from university, poof, next day you have a problem, which is what do you do next? And that's a tough problem. It's not like you've solved your problems by winning that game. You just introduced the problem of having to introduce another game. So it's unreliable as a source of positive emotion, but what's reliable is you set a goal and you try to attain it. And then that gives your life, that literally provides your life with meaning.
Yellow. It's intriguing as to how George St-Pierre and Jordan Peterson shared ideas which sound very similar to each other. George St-Pierre to be reborn, figure out where you went wrong, then setting a goal for how you can progress towards improvement. Jordan Peterson, have a goal, because without a goal, there is no positive emotion. Instantly, we saw this with Conor McGregor. After his defeat to Dustin Poirier, he reflected on where he went wrong, thus how he would have to adapt in order to come back victorious. He's already setting goals for his own improvement, and through that process you can see a fire light in his eyes. He's already beginning to flood himself with positive emotions by having a meaningful direction to work towards. Despite that defeat, he's found a way to remain positive and continue putting in work. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Even though I felt like I turned the leg out, checked it, and you have to almost turn it right out, and it has to hit the bone, it can't hit the muscle. I'll certainly regroup. I'll regroup and pick myself up, you know what I mean? Get up off the floor and go again, and that's it. Those leg kicks are not to be messed with, you know what I mean? That calf kick, the low calf kick, I've never experienced that, and it was a good one, so it's not that I haven't got the style in me to switch it up and keep that at bay.
Metaphorically, falling off the bike, he knows exactly how to get back on, then ride a bit better the next time. In this case, it was the calf kicks, which appears to be his next focus. Thus, with this understood, when you get a feel for exactly what is happening here, from there, we can begin to understand something much deeper. This is something we all need to see in here today. Of course, in an era where there are just so many options, setting one goal in and of itself becomes very difficult to do. What goal should I pick? How should I approach this situation when I have so many options given to me? Where do I even start? In the age of information, it makes perfect sense. Information overload, too many goals, too many places to start. The existential dilemma plaguing so many of our time today through this narrative is very understandable. If you can't form a goal, you can't form a meaningful way to fill yourself up with positive emotions. It's no wonder our current time is so hedonistic. They are compensating for a void meaning. Goal-oriented meaning was supposed to fill, but how can you feel meaning if you can't set a goal? And how can you set a goal if you don't know where to start? You just have too many options. The world, the people pointing in every direction, giving you every option, overloading you with information. Where on earth do you even start? That's the great secret shared by George St-Pierre.
And it doesn't matter if most of people believe it's bullshit. As long as he believes it himself, his confidence will grow from there, and he will be able to come back. If you have the skill but no confidence, it's like having a lot of money in your bank account, but no, you don't have any way to accessing it. So it's useless. Confidence for a fighter, it's everything.
What a blessing to hear this from one of the greatest of all time. It doesn't matter. As George St-Pierre had said, it could even be nonsense. It just does not matter so as long as it makes sense to you. So as long as you genuinely feel you can progress through it meaningfully. Just start somewhere so as long as it makes sense to you. Have a goal that makes sense to you and move in that direction. Let it fill you with positive emotions. Build your confidence and fill your life with meaning. That's a great paradox of our reality. Our greatest suffering is also our greatest blessing, because if we did not have that tragedy, if we did not have that pain, that conflict, there would be no justification to set a goal in the first place. Thus, you would have no reason to meaningfully move forward. You don't need to be crushed by an existential dilemma. Just set a goal that to you resonates, and from there, tread. After all, the satisfaction in and of itself has always been fleeting, but the process, that has always been our true source of freedom. To that end, thank you, George St-Pierre, Jordan Peterson, and Conor McGregor for this lesson. Thank you to all of you for watching, and until next time, peace.